Hello, this is now officially the third time I've tried to do this. This is the officially unofficial geek channel. My name is Carrie Quinn. This is the Spoilertastic comic review, and let's just get into it. But first, we're gonna roll that intro because I wanna get to telling you about the comics. You back there. Yeah, yeah, you too. Roll it. All right, like I said, this is the officially unofficial geek channel. This is the Spoilertastic weekly comic review. My name is Carrie Quinn. I am the OUG, and I'm here to tell you about the comics that I read this week. And yeah, in a very well, I try to keep the spoilers down to a minimum. There may be some spoilers. That's why I mark it Spoilertastic so that you know I might let some things slip. But regardless of that, let's go ahead and get into the comics. As always, these are in no particular order. And I'm going to let you know when we get to our top three. Three? Yeah. I am this many old. Um, anyways, guys, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Let's go for it. First off, we're going to talk about Green Lantern, the new Green Lantern issue, number 4 by Adams Zimanico and Fajaro Jr. So we have the Flash, the Barry Allen Flash, not the Wally West Flash, the Barry Allen Flash, coming in to help Hal Jordan out here. Now, as you know, if you've been reading this book, you know that Hal Jordan has fashioned his own ring. Earth is basically the sector that Earth is basically um, kind of quarantined, I guess is the word that we would use, quarantined. Um, so he is there. He's made his own ring. That's apparently a no-no, but he's still using it anyways. Um, and he's just kind of living on Earth and doing his thing. Well, last issue, we had him running into his old nemesis, Sinestro. And this is pretty much what's going on with Sinestro and why Sinestro is trying to talk to him. Um, so basically, Sinestro wants the ring so he can try to get back to his home planet. Well, Hal's like, hate to tell you this, hate but love to tell you this. This ring only works for me, so it's not going to work for you. So then Sinestro has his own little, you know, hissy fit. Except for Sinestro, when you have a hissy fit, that usually means things are going to get blown up. And that's why Barry Allen comes along to help him out, um, to figure out how to deal with all of that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. One of the things I did like about this was I was beginning to worry that we were going to have a whole situation where um, Hal Jordan was going to play this whole like long game involving his girl. That's not his girl. um, and he was going to kind of wait it out to be the friend, and hopefully she would fall into his arms someday. Well, it appears he is not going to do that. Good on him. Thank you, Hal Jordan. I'm glad we don't have to have that conversation. Yeah. Next, guys, we're going to talk about Batman and Robin number 2. So this is Williamson and DeMeo. Progressing from the last one, we're going to have one of these situations where we have Robin, which is Damien, going to high school. And that pretty much happens here. He doesn't last very long. He ends up ditching, like, in the middle of the first hour. Like, see ya. Um, we have a little bit of a flashback of when Damien was training with his mother's assassin guild. And I feel like that's gonna tie in quite a bit with the new masked, well, like, yeah, kind of masked. We'll say masked villain. Shush, Shush. Do we go shush or shush? What? It's like hush, but with an S in front of it, and it's all bandaged up like hush as well. Um, which I feel like if I was a betting woman, his trainer that's shown in the back, in the flashback scene, I have a feeling either is connected to Shush or is in fact Shush. That's my prediction at this point. Um, because this character, um, with it being called Shush, and if you remember, Hush had a similar, get up and everything like that. And Hush also had a personal past um, connection with Batman. Um, so I feel like that's going to be something that comes into play. And um, it appears that Shush has affected the bat population against Batman. Normally before Batman would be able to hang out with the bats, no problem. But it's not quite working out for Batman too well because of what she did with the bats. Um, so it's a good little partner up mystery story that Williamson has going on right here. I'm always a fan of DeMio's art and covers. I love the covers that DeMio did for Gotham, Future State Gotham, back like a couple of years ago, approximately. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely enjoying not only seeing his work on the cover, but also in the book as well. It gives it this nice little like neo futuristic kind of vibe, and I do very much like that, very much. Um, the next book that we're going to talk about is Blade #4, and I got this really cool Howard the Duck. Um, Howard the Duck, Amanda Connor cover. So much fun. I'm so glad I was able to get this. Um, it's so cute. I love it. But yeah, this is a Connor Palamodi cover, and I love it. So glad I was able to get it. Anyways, we are continuing the Blade situation, where we have. Let me talk about creators first, besides the cover creators. Um, let's see here. Brian Hill, Valentina Pinti with Elena Casagrande, KJ Diaz, VC's Corey Pettit. Um, so at the end of the last issue, we had Doctor Strange entering the fold and the fray, so to speak. And Doctor Strange is kind of powwowing with Blade and his two cohorts, Val, um, his ex-girlfriend. The name is escaping me right now, and the girl that he ran into from that one guild. Um, and they're still going after Asana, the goddess that is wreaking havoc in the world and is evil. And their plan to do this is to infiltrate a antium. I can never say that word, guys. If I ever reviewed Wolverine long term, I'm in trouble. Okay. Anyways, so this train is made of the stuff that makes Wolverine's claws and the skeleton. Okay, we'll go with that. Anyways, they have to get in there and get Lucifer's sword to fight this demon. And so they have to develop this plan with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange opens a portal for them to go through, and they're able to get the sword. Unfortunately, uh, the sword's kind of affecting Blade a little bit, but he insists on using it against Asada. That's kind of where we ended it from. I have been wanting a Blade book for quite some time. I am very much into vampires, vampire characters, vampire stories. So the fact that we have a Blade book is pretty freaking cool in my world, okay? Um when it comes to progression of the story and the progression of the storyline, this is working out pretty well. However, by the time the end of the book comes, I'm wanting more. I'm wanting more. I'm wanting more from this. Um, when we had the Bloodline, Blade, Bloodline book with Blade's daughter and him interacting with his daughter, we got that more thing, more in the storyline, more interaction, more stuff, more. It seems like when you have accidentally released a demon bent on world domination, there should be a little bit more. Um, be a little bit more feeling like it's the end of the world. Just a thought. Just a thought. That's otherwise I'm really enjoying the book, and that's where we're going to keep it there. All right. So right now we're going to get into in a moment. We're going to get into my top 3 comics, but since I have your ear here, I want to let you know just a little break in everything right now. Guys, um the other side of me, the writer side of me, is releasing a book of poetry and short prose coming this week to Amazon. Please, if you're interested at all, it will be available for purchase this week on Amazon. It's currently available for pre order on Kindle. Please, if you're interested at all, check it out. It's called Woke Bitch. And so, obviously, I'm the woke bitch, but that's coming out this week. Um, keep a lookout on social media posts where I will get more information out there to everyone if you're interested in picking it up. Um, yeah. So, anyways, let's get into this. Wow, I've been running through these books kind of quickly. I hope you don't mind. But, anyways, like I said, top 3 books right here. We're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about from Image Comics. We're going to talk about The Creep Show, Volume 2, Issue 2. Um, I am an easy sell, especially in October for a good creepy story. And this is anthology series is really awesome. It has 2 different stories in it. Creepy, but not too horribly creepy. Just a little bit to wet your creepy, spooky whistle for the Halloween autumn season. I love it. I love everything about autumn, man. Like, I love creepiness. I like horror stuff. Obviously, if you're listening to our Wednesday show, you know right now that we're talking about horror films, creepy, spooky films. This week we're going to be talking about The Raven, Bela Lugosi's The Raven. Um, so check that out. Last week we talked about Prince of Darkness, which was also a really good show. I think it was a really good show, and I had a lot of fun watching that. But anyways, Creep Show number 2, Volume 2, Issue 2. This is Michael Walsh, Dan Waters, Abigail Larson. Um, for an Image Comics, it's only $3.99, guys. $3.99 for a comic book, and has 2 different stories. Like I said, fun, creepy stuff. I'm not a hard sale for the creepy stuff in October. Believe me, it's so much fun. If you like the creepy stuff, you're gonna like the creep show stuff. Also, if you really like this, if you have Shudder or you're thinking of getting Shudder, there's a series, an anthology stories series on Shudder of Creepshow, and I love that as well. So check this out. But yeah, just tales of suspense and horror, lots of fun. It's not even really like it's creepy, but it's not horror. It's just creepy and it's cool, and I love it. Let's see here. The next one we're going to talk about, I wasn't even going to get this, and then everybody's talking about it, and I had to get it, and that's Midlife, another Image Comics book from Bicello, um, Bitello. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. Simone and Otismain Alejo. Um, this is number one. It's the first issue. It's Midlife or How to Hero at 50. And at first, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, this is really taking its damn time getting to the point. And what I realized is this issue gave us an extra special look at exactly who this person is, exactly where he's coming from, and basically his basic mindset throughout all of his life. He does some of the hardest jobs, one of the hardest jobs probably in the LA FD, the LA Fire Department. He's basically kind of an internal affairs kind of guy, which is a really difficult job for anyone in those kind of positions to do. Because basically you're the guy that's like sitting there and being like, it's like a HR, but like on 11, okay? And you're the guy that has to, be like, okay, you're being a dick, and here's a suspension. Um, that's difficult. But he sits there and he's like, God has a problem with the fact that he doesn't actually run into buildings because when he was a kid, his dad was on the fire department and he ran into a building and died. Um, But this is one of those things where it's like this guy's 50th birthday and it's building up to the end where he saves a dog from a burning um, tent. And it's kind of like the Mother of Dragons. He comes out without a scratch on him. Um, really kind of like low key just kind of getting you when you're reading this. And yeah, it was a really great read. I really enjoyed that one. The last one I'm going to talk to you guys about, I love me some Christian Ward. Let me tell you, Christian Ward, especially their art style, oh my god. But we've got Batman City of Madness #1 Black Label Prestige Plus format. The best way to see Christian Wards are, I think, in this world, okay? Um, so not only is it a Black Label Christian Ward cosmic horror tale, but it includes the freaking Court of Owls, y'all. Court of Owls. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, who doesn't love the Court of Owls? If you don't love the Court of Owls, well, then I guess you don't love the Court of Owls. But if you couldn't already guess, this gal likes the Court of Owls, and this gal, like, Creepshow is not a hard sale for me at Halloween time. This, Christian Ward, Cosmic Horror, and the Court of Owls, sign me up, baby doll. Okay, because here's the thing, it's also in prestige format, which means Christian Ward's really cool cosmic horror art, big. Yeah, that's it. Big. Um, I really love a good city or Court of Owls story, like I said. Plus, you have Christian Ward's art and story behind that. With that, I gotta say one thing. I really love his design of Two-Face. Pretty freaking awesome. Um, I love that we have this kind of like Lovecraftian, Cthulhu like Batman, because that's the deal, right? So the City of Owls has been apparently guarding the like a prison type jail underground of this being, this monster that is actually like Batman, except Batman plus Cthulhu. Yeah. So Batman plus Cthulhu, DC plus Lovecraft, which they've been doing a bit of lately, and I'm not mad at them for it, okay? Um, I'm into this, guys. I'm very much into this, and I love that it's going to be up to Batman to fight Cthulhu Batman and his Robin that he picked up in the middle of this. Not Batman's Robin, but the Cthulhu Batman's Robin. Because Cthulhu Batman comes across this kid that is trying to avenge his father's death, and he was wrongly, he was shot. It was police, brutality, shot and killed for no reason. So we've got that going on. You got a whole ACAB type of situation going on, which I am also an easy sale for. Um, but Batman, City of Madness, this is so good. Christian Ward is just amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, DC, because it's cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's creepy. It's City of Owls. And it's really cool cosmic art, cosmic horror art, and I'm like really into it. Can you tell? Anyways, yeah, that's the last book to tell you about. I'm really into this. I can't wait for number two. But considering it's a prestige format, black label book, I'm gonna be really surprised if we get that on schedule every month. I doubt it. I doubt very much we're gonna get that on schedule every month. I mean, come on, guys. Do you remember? Do you remember Swamp Thing, Green Hell? Least I, remind you of Swamp Thing, Green Hell. But anyways, hopefully we don't have a situation like Swamp Thing, Green Hell here, and we actually get this in a relatively regular interval. Swamp Thing, Green Hell took forever to come out with that second issue. Um, oh God, Wonder Woman Historia. That was like spread out forever. Um, Golly. We even one of my favorites, which is Catwoman Lonely City, that was a prestige format black label, and that sometimes had a bit of time in between books. So hopefully, um, I mean, I can understand, a couple months, three, maybe, but please don't make it like, Jeff Lemire's Green Hell, where we're waiting an entire year plus for that second issue. Please, please. Anyways, guys, that's about it for the comics this week. I did not read a lot. There are some that I was told about that I should check out. So I'll probably be checking them out, but I probably won't review them next week. But if I like them and they end up being in my regular rotation, I will go ahead and make sure to discuss them in that next issue. One in particular was recommended to me. It was the Sandman, Wesley Dodd Sandman. And you know what? It was a game day decision to not pick that one up, and I'm kind of regretting it, especially after somebody specifically was like, "Hey, OUG, did you read this?" And I was like, "No, man, I didn't." And he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna like it if you like this, this, and this." So I'm probably gonna pick that up. But if I continue it, then you'll see me picking it up with the review with the second issue. We got some other stuff coming out, like from. I love that DC is doing this whole really cool call back to the golden era of comics with the oh golly gee willikers, the Wesley Dodd Sandman, Jay Garrick, Alan Grant, the whole Stargirl and the Lost Children thing, the JSA, Jeff Johns stories. Um, Oh golly. In the middle of the Brave and the Bold, you had a story, a Superman story, where Superman came in contact with Hop Harrigan. If you don't know who Hop Harrigan is, guys, it's just one of these little um okay, so like back in the day, if you're not familiar, comics a lot of times came out and they had multiple stories in the comic, right? So you weren't just reading one story and maybe a small backup secondary story like what we have now. You were reading multiple things. In some comics you were reading one story, but in some comics you were reading multiple tales and little things that kind of get lost to time, um, that you don't really see anymore were some of these tales. One of them is the stories of Hop Harrigan. And Hop Harrigan recently resurfaced, and I remember being really excited because I knew who the hell Hop Harrigan was. And yeah, but anyways, um, I love the little, throwbacks to the DC of yesteryear with the Golden Age resurgence. I love this. And I love going back and rereading or reading for the first time their first appearances in DC lore if I can find them. I love doing that. Right now, I gotta be honest with you, I'm really into reading Faith from Valiant Comics, and I've taken a little bit of a break for the spooky season with Faith, and I'm reading some Vampirella because if you remember last week, I was really into the Vampirella Dead Flowers issue. So I went and you can see a couple videos that I did here on my channel. There were quick little tidbits talking about some of the early Dynamite issues. God, I couldn't speak for a second. Dynamite Comics issues of Vampirella. Of course, Vampirella has been around a lot longer than the Dynamite Comics. One of the things that came out last week that I have to read that I have not read yet, sitting right here, is the reprint of the first appearance of Vampirella right here, Mr. Frank Frazetta on this cover right here. I'm going to be reading that soon, checking that out. I didn't talk about that because technically it was from last week, and I haven't read it yet. But it's in my backlog. I'm gonna read it very soon, especially since I'm getting into the whole Vampirella Dynamite Years Volume 1. I'm in the middle of that right now. I just finished, I think, issue 4. I just finished. So I'm not going to be doing videos, little tidbit videos, with every Vampirella issue, but every once in a while I might jump on and say, I just read issue whatever and talk about it. So I'm going to try to keep those to my short, little short tidbit videos here on the channel. Um, Another thing I want to bring up to kind of put it out there as a question. If you think it's a great idea, let me know. Okay. Um, Officially Unofficial Geek started out as a podcast, not a YouTube channel, a podcast. Um, and you can actually go and possibly see old episodes, like right in the beginning, um, on Spotify. And I was thinking, would it be fun to not only have this interaction with us here on the screen, but also record them, anything that I do for a podcast, get the podcast going back again, and everything. So like if maybe you don't want to watch me here, you can watch me or listen to me there. Um, Let me know what you guys think of that. As always, um, let me know in the comments what you thought of the comics that you read this week, what you thought of the comics I read. Maybe you have a viewpoint that I didn't know or notice or whatever, and you can let me know what you think. Um, but anyways, or maybe like my friend, you have a suggestion of something I should be reading. Let me know. Obviously, the comments are open for you. Anyways, guys, I hope you all having a great weekend. Hope you had a great week. Please let me know if you have any suggestions. Like I said, please be on the lookout for the book coming out this week if you're interested, of poetry and short fiction. Woke bitch, and instead of that being an I in bitch, it's an explanation point if you all try to find it on your own. Um, Either way, please let me know. And let me know if you buy the book. Let me know. Anyways, that's it for this week. Like I said earlier in the program, we're going to be talking about the Raven, Bela Lugosi's Raven, on what's happening Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that. Check out last week's episode when we're talking about John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. That was a lot of fun to watch. I am so into that. And let me know how you celebrate the spooky season. Do you read? Do you watch? What do you do? Anyways, guys, this has been the officially unofficial Geek channel. My name is Carrie Quinn. You have been watching the Spoilertastic Weekly Comic Review. And until next time, keep your eyes and ears open. If you see something, say something. And remember, the complacent never make a difference. Until next time, I'll be seeing ya. Bye.